Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie, and this is your reading for February 1st through the 14th. I'll start off by pulling a card for the overall energy of the reading. Then we'll move on to taking a look at your energies, the energies connected to you, and how those are dancing in the middle with clarifications. And then I'll close off the reading by pulling an oracle card for the Saggy Collective. Do keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. You may want to check out your sun, moon, rising, and north node on my channel for more texture, or if you're watching for a partner or cross-watching for a loved one. I am offering personal readings at this time, and you can find a link in the description below if you're interested. Okay, Saggy. Let's take a look at the overall energy for you, February 1st through 14th. Whoa. Highest and best messages is what we're asking for here. Okay, Saggy, you get transformation. The energy of transformation supports our ability to gracefully flow through times of transition, allowing the old to make room for the new. Transformation. Beautiful. That's the number 42 card if you're interested in the numerology. Okay. Let's check out your energies. The energies connected to you. And how those are dancing together. Okay, Saggy, on your side, you get the Page of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and the Hermit. You're showing me that you're in the beginning stages of creating like a new stability for yourself. You may be taking a course or learning. I don't know if you're taking in a mastermind course or a practical training of some kind where you're going to then get a skill or a certification to do something, but you are showing me movement in that direction. You're feeling good about it. You've got a really nice perspective on it and everything's looking like it's in place. Now with the Six of Wands here, I am sensing a very strong and proud energy coming from you. You're very passionate about what you're looking into here, what you're building. And you feel like you have a really good outlook on everything. And that brings you a lot of excitement about it. So you've got a lot of fire and drive behind it that way. Now you also have the Hermit energy coming in as a major arcana energy. So there is the tendency for you to either want or need to take a step back and reflect. And it may come in multiple times during this process that you're going through, and or your training may include times of stepping back and reflecting. Remember, our overall energy is transformation, and we don't often transform without those periods of rest and pause. Even though you may be, your arrow may be shot and you may be speeding toward your goal, those times of pause and introspection are just as important. For the energy connected to you, you get the Three of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Five of Cups. So this person is building right alongside of you. I feel like they see you in your vision and your efforts. And they've got their own thing going on, but like they're with you, and they're right by your side. They are transforming their own journey with this Fool energy coming in. So they may be taking a risk, a leap of faith. They may be doing something different. They may be traveling somewhere. They are learning how to allow the process without controlling the process. They are learning to put their heart first in these matters. And when a person does that, especially since we're talking about transformation here, when they're stepping out and taking a risk and not really sure how it's all going to turn out, right? They don't have all the answers. that can bring up a little bit of fear and a little bit of sadness, which we have with the Five of Cups here. So, you know, in their heart of hearts, they want this experience and they're going for something, but it's not as comfortable for them as it is for you. You're more used to this kind of energy of like, oh, okay, that's where I want to go. Boom, I'm going. They're not as used to that kind of energy. And so they have more of an emotional process connected to this. Could be a water sign. Somebody who's kind of deeper in their hearts with like clearing out their fears, you know, and so they're a little bit sad at the same time. Now, in the connecting energies here, you have the Justice card and the Seven of Wands. The Justice card, you know, it's the card of Libra. It's making sure the scales are balanced. And the Seven of Wands is a card of, it is energies moving. It is greater awarenesses, but also when that happens or when those successes are coming in, things can get a bit defensive. So it could be that the two of you are processing very differently. And in the connective energies, there's actually balance being formed here, but it may not feel that way. The two of you may be feeling a little like, oh, you're doing it that way. I don't want to do it the way you do it, or you're doing it that way. You know, you have a kind of different approaches here, and that may kind of bump up, and especially if either one of you is critical toward the other or critical toward the situation, it could cause a bit of defensiveness. But let's see. We're going to clarify now. Let's take a look at the Page of Pentacles for you. Yeah, okay. So with the Page of Pentacles, you get the Three of Wands, the Magician, and the Eight of Swords. So here you are, you're taking this course or you're on this project and you are taking a look at yourself. You have a good perspective on this, like a higher level perspective, a long-term perspective of what this is going to bring you. You're learning how to alchemize that, how to use your magic to move you there. But something's still tying you up. Something is still tripping you up. And it's very much a thought form or a mental state of being. Nothing that anyone has done to you. This appears to be self-imposed to me. So there's still a limitation in your mind that you're working on vetting out. It has come up to you. I do believe you're probably aware of this because it's come up as a result of this endeavor that you're embarking on right now. So take a look at that. There's no reason you can't alchemize your way through that. Release the bonds that tie you and move on. But right now, it's sticking you a little bit. May have been something that came up as part of the reflection that you are doing right now. Okay, let's clarify this Six of Wands. You get the Devil, the Tower, and the World. I swear, whew, fire signs today. Both Aries and Leo had big energies like this. I won't say similar because they're a little different, but they're big. Okay, so for the Six of Wands, you're feeling great. You're feeling proud. You're like, yes, look at me. I'm good. Top of the mountain. But your subconscious is coming in and saying, no, we got the Devil, the Tower, and the World. There is some pattern in your life that wants to come to an end, that needs to come to an end. Something that's kind of blocked your path before. It's kind of, you know, just when you think things are going well, boom, something hits and it just ends everything. And this could be deeply connected to like a fear that you've carried with you this lifetime. Because like on the surface, you're showing me a very Leo, like I'm good, confident, don't mess with me kind of energy. Even though you're sad, you're showing me that kind of like, hey, I'm good. But like under the surface, you're dealing with some major fears. And you are showing me you want to bring those to an end. You're not going to let them be your end. You're going to bring those to a close, whatever that is. And they are big. So they are probably more connected to your self-esteem, your self-confidence. because you're showing one face, but underneath the surface, something else is going on. And that could be just, you know, you're keeping it very private as well. So you're showing the world one thing, but keeping private the other thing. The most important thing is that you're willing to face and address and move through these, because they're there as teachers. Okay, for the Hermit, you get the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Fool. Okay, now over here, the person connected to you had the Fool as well. So it's funny, you're telling me that you're looking for a little bit of luck. I don't know why you're telling me that, but you're telling me that in this message here. You don't quite know how things are going to work out, and I think that's something you're working with. You tend to get caught up in, I got to figure out how this is going to go. There's my goal. There's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You know, it's not like that with this process you're going through and with the cycle that you're bringing to an end with these fears. This is going to be different. This is going to be a more feeling your way through it than it is knowing your way through it. And so you're being invited not to focus so much on the how, but to actually be in the energy of what it feels like to be without these fears. So if it is self-esteem, if it is self-confidence, it's putting yourself even momentarily in places of confidence, or latching on to the one little thing you did where somebody gave you a compliment and you're like, yes. You need to spend more time in those energies instead of just brushing them off. Like really bring those into your heart. When you are thanked, when somebody extends gratitude to you, when you are complimented, you're being invited to come into yourself and really embrace that. Really internalize that, because I feel like you're someone who gets caught more on people are complaining about you, get caught more on the negative than you do embracing the positive. And so there's some shifts that want to happen here for you. All right. This is good work, Saggy. This is all part of life and growth and evolution. These are not bad things. These are teachers. Yeah, you're like, you're kind of resistant to this a little bit, and that's okay. They're working with you anyway. All right, the Three of Pentacles on this other person's side is clarified by the Nine of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so listen, this person is building, they see you, like they appreciate you. They're building foundation for both themselves and you. They are a bit more able to get into their heart space than you are. So that would be something you could look to them. See how they get into that heart space. They can do like little steps, little things, and they can find a great amount of appreciation in the smaller steps and the smaller accomplishments. And they're showing me that they've had to work at this too, but that has brought them more fulfillment when they begin to recognize the little wins in life. This is somebody who knows how to build, have an accomplishment. Yes, like be a part of that accomplishment, really acknowledge it before they move on. They acknowledge it and then they move on to building the next. And they're not worried about, 10 or 12 steps ahead. They're more in the moment. They're more in the heart. And I think this is a good energy to help you balance out. Maybe that's why the Justice is coming up in the connection there. Let's clarify the Fool for them. They get the Five of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Death card. Okay, so they've got this big open heart. They're learning to trust. They have fears too, and they're showing me they can have the inner conflict as well. But they shift themselves. If they're feeling that conflict, they're shifting themselves and they're starting to look at things from a different perspective. They are not the kind of soul who wants to stay in a conflicted energy. Okay, this is not someone with sharp edges. This is someone that likes to flow, and they will. They're kind of accepting of the cycles of life and death, and not just physical life and death, but like the life and death of fears, the life and death of love, the life and death of the emotional field. They have a really interesting way of freeing themselves from sticky energies and situations by employing a different perspective and spending time acknowledging their accomplishments. Okay, let's look at what's made them sad with this Five of Cups. They get the Page of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Page of Wands. Okay. Okay. They're showing me that when it comes to matters of love, they're learning that people love in different ways. And so whatever has made their heart sad in the past, they're learning that perhaps that came from them taking something personal. Perhaps they didn't have the most informed or wisest outlook on the energies that they were dealing with, because they were coming from a place of love, but maybe someone else was coming from a place of immaturity or, some sort of deception. They've learned a lot from this, and they are continuing. They want to continue to learn and grow from that. It's not something that they've stopped doing. And it doesn't seem like a super fast way to deal with the energy, but sometimes the fastest way isn't the best. they spend time on things. This person spends time, especially with the emotionality of things. Well, that's a good thing. Because when they move forward, then they're really clear of it, which is nice. Okay, let's look at the Justice card in the connection here. That's clarified by the Eight of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. Okay. It's interesting because right in the middle here, we have the Justice and the Ace of Pentacles, which is stability, balance, equal give and take. On your side, you tend to walk away from some of the emotional aspects that need attention, and that affects the connection. On their side, they may tend to be a little too much responding on their emotions at times, where they miss bringing in a little bit of logic, and that causes some conflict between the two of you or offsets this. But at the same time, because they're different poles of this energy, they have this tendency to balance it out. So it works out in this really cool, strange way. And that's nice. That means you both are using your strengths to your advantage. Okay, let's look at the Seven of Wands. We get the Ten of Swords, the Lovers, and the Star. Yeah, the connective energies. What's being put to rest is any defensiveness that would come up as a result of, oh, you're doing it that way, you're doing it that way. There's this understanding between the two of you with this Lovers and the Star that you both want the same thing. You both want the same thing. You just have different ways of going about it. But you are both aiming for the same thing. And you're both doing the work upon yourselves, which is a beautiful, wonderful thing, I see work on both sides. I see healing. I see progress on both sides. It just looks different. Okay. Saggy, let's pull an oracle card for the Saggy Collective. This one here. Secret admirer, Saggy. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. Wow, that's very cool. I kind of feel like maybe you have deeper feelings for someone than they are letting on. Because I see that. I see you hiding some things there, Saggy. So maybe it's time to make that a little bit more known and trust some of your emotions more and trust that flow of the process a little more. Okay, Saggy, I hope this helped you, and I wish you a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time.